Sri Gurubhyo Namaha children. Welcome to Online Teaching Academy, Ekalaiva. Class 11 Business Studies. We are going to learn a lesson, Internal Trade. We know what is trade. Trade means buying and selling of goods and services, or exchange or transfer of goods and services for a certain price to earn profit. This is called trade. This trade can be internal trade and external trade. So, what is internal trade? Buying and selling of goods and services within the boundaries of a nation, or referred to as internal trade. That is, the trade can happen within the boundaries of a particular nation. It can be between the states or between the districts, or even a consumer goes and purchases some products nearby his neighboring shop also. It is considered as the internal trade. So, internal trade refers to buying and selling of goods and services within the boundaries of a particular nation, or referred to as internal trade. So, this internal trade can also be called as home trade or inland trade or domestic trade. This is again classified into wholesale trade and retail trade. So, we are going to see in detail what is wholesale trade and what is retail trade in this lesson. So, what is wholesale trade? From the name itself we can understand that the goods and services are purchased in bulk quantities in wholesale trade. So, purchase and sale of goods and services in large quantities. Goods are purchased in large quantities for the purpose of resale. So, the persons who are engaged in wholesale trade, they are called as wholesalers. So, what do the wholesalers do? They purchase in large quantities from the manufacturers and resell it to the retailers. So, this is the activity done by the wholesalers. Generally, the wholesalers deal in a particular product or in one or two lines of product. We can say the example of wholesale of rice, wholesalers of sugar, wholesalers of jaggery, etc. So, the wholesalers, they are known for the product they deal in. Okay. So, what is retail? Retail trade means purchase and sale of goods in relatively small quantities, generally to the consumers, and it is sold ultimate to the ultimate consumer. So, the retailers purchase in small quantities from the wholesalers and they are sold to the ultimate consumers. It is referred to as retail trade. So, the retail trade, it deals with variety of products. The retailers sell variety of products. Wholesalers sell only one line of product or in limited number of line of products. But these retailers sell variety of products. The consumer can get a variety of products from a particular retail shop. So, we will see about what are all the services provided by the wholesalers to the manufacturers. So, what are the services provided by the wholesalers to the manufacturers? So, they facilitate large scale production. So, these wholesalers help the manufacturers to facilitate large scale production, because these wholesalers collect large number of orders from the retailers and they pool the orders and they inform or they place the orders to the producers so that the producers can produce in large quantity. So, the wholesalers help the producers in large scale production. So, what do the wholesalers do? They collect small orders from a number of retailers and pass on the pool of such orders to the manufacturers, so that the manufacturers are able to produce in bulk quantities. So, the wholesalers help the manufacturers to facilitate large scale production. And what is the next service? They bear the risk. The wholesalers bear the variety of risks such as risk of fall in price, theft, spoilage, fire, etc. How do they bear these risks? Because the wholesalers, they purchase the goods from the manufacturers and store in their storage houses or warehouses. So, the large quantity is purchased and stored in their warehouses. Suppose if there is a fall in prices, who is going to bear the risk? It is the wholesaler, not the manufacturer, because the producer has sold the goods to the wholesalers. Now, the goods are in the custody of the wholesalers when there is a fall in price. So, this risk is borne by the wholesalers. And suppose if there is any theft or fire accident happens to the goods also, it is also borne by the wholesalers only. In such a case, the producers or the manufacturers are relieved from that risk. So, they relieve the manufacturers from bearing these risks. They relieve the manufacturers from bearing these risks. That is, the wholesalers relieve the manufacturers from bearing all these fall in prices, theft, spoilage or fire, etc. The next one is financial assistance. So, how the wholesalers provide financial assistance to the manufacturers? When the wholesalers purchase the goods from the manufacturers, they pay the full payment. They do not purchase on credit basis. And sometimes they make advance payments also for the orders. Sometimes they are getting the goods by paying the advance payment for the orders of the goods. And they provide expert advice to the manufacturers. How do they provide expert advice? About various aspects such as customers' taste and preferences, market conditions, competitive activities and the features preferred by the buyers. That is, these wholesalers provide some advice to the manufacturer about the product, how the manufacturer's products are demanded in the market, whether any features have to be added and what is the change in the taste and preferences of the consumers. Every information is provided by the wholesalers to the manufacturers, because they get all these information from the retailers about the customer's taste and preferences. If there is any change in demand of the particular product, every information is provided by the wholesalers to the manufacturers. So, they act as an expert in providing advice to the manufacturers. And the next service, they help in marketing function. So, they relieve, that is the wholesalers, they relieve the manufacturers from many of the marketing activities and enable them to concentrate on the production activity. Since the producers are relieved from the promotional activities, from the marketing activities, they are able to concentrate in the production smoothly. And they facilitate production continuity. Since the wholesalers purchase from the producers or manufacturers on a regular basis throughout the year, there will be continuous production for the manufacturers. Then storage facility is also, this risk or this function is also done by the wholesalers. So, it reduces the burden of manufacturers of providing storage facilities for the finished products. Since as soon as the products are produced, the wholesalers purchase it and store it under their custody. So, the producers are relieved from the storage problem. This burden is relieved from them. And how the wholesalers provide services to the retailers. See, availability of goods. What do the retailers do? They sell variety of products. They are not dealing only one product or a particular product. A retail shop will have various kinds of products. How do the products are available to those retailers? The retailers approach the various wholesalers and get the required products and display in their shops. So, the availability of goods is possible only through the wholesalers. The wholesalers make the products of various manufacturers readily available to the retailers. So, wholesalers make the products of various manufacturers. That is, the retailers approach, the wholesalers approach various manufacturers and get the products and keep it in their custody, and they provide these products to the retailers. So, the retailers are able to get various products from the wholesalers. And how do they provide marketing support? So, they undertake advertising and other sales promotional activities to induce the customers to purchase the goods. This service is also done by the wholesalers to the retailers. Next one is grant of credit. Actually, the wholesalers purchase the product from the manufacturers by paying full amount, or sometimes they pay in advance also. But the same wholesalers provide credit facilities to the retailers. So, this enables the retailers to manage their business with relatively small amount of working capital. Since the retailers are able to get on credit, they are able to maintain they are able to manage their business with relatively small amount of working capital. That is, they get some time to repay the amount. So, they are able to manage their business in a proper manner. Specialized knowledge. These wholesalers possess specialized knowledge about the product. That is, they know the pulse of the market, which product is in great demand, which product requires some more features to be added, what is the price condition, what is the competitive product introduced in the market. All these information are possessed by the wholesalers. So, they inform these details to the retailers. So, the wholesalers pass on the benefit of their specialized knowledge to the retailers. Accordingly, the retailers can purchase the required quantity. And risk sharing is also done by the wholesalers. Being able to purchase merchandise in smaller quantities, retailers are in a position to avoid the risk of storage. So, retailers generally they will buy the required quantities only. Whatever quantities can be stored in their shop, that amount only they are going to purchase from the wholesalers. So, being able to purchase merchandise means goods in smaller quantities, retailers are in a position to they are avoiding the risk of storage, because all the lot quantities are stored in the wholesalers godown or store. Here, obsolescence, that is out of date, suppose the products become out of date, or if the products cannot be stored, large amount of goods cannot be stored by the retailers, all these risks are borne by the wholesaler. So, even if there is a reduction in price also, that also will be borne by the wholesaler. So, they are relieved, the retailers are relieved from all these risks, since the large quantity is stored by the wholesalers. The retailers get the goods as and when they require. They approach the wholesalers whenever they need the goods. So, they are relieved from the risks of all these things. So, we will come to what is retail and how the retailers are helpful to the manufacturers and to the consumers. How the retailers are helpful to the manufacturers and wholesalers. So, the retailers help in distribution of goods. They provide help in the distribution of their products by making these available to the final consumer. So, the consumer cannot go to the manufacturer to purchase only one product. So, he can go to the retailer, he can go to the nearby shop, or he can go to the shop which is available little far away from his house, but he cannot go to the directly to the manufacturer to purchase a small product. So, the goods are available in the retail shop. So, the retailers help in distribution of goods. Okay. And personal selling. In the process of sale of most consumer goods, some amount of personal selling effort is necessary. So, here since the retailers can meet the consumers in person, they can contact with the consumers, they can collect the information also about the product whichever is in great demand in the market. So, this is the service done by the retailer to the manufacturer. So, that what they can do, whatever information is collected from the consumer, that they can pass on to the wholesaler and to the manufacturer also. So, that according to the demand in the market, they are able to produce. So, this is a great service done by the retailer to the manufacturers and the wholesalers. Then enabling large scale operations. The manufacturers and wholesalers are freed from the trouble of making individual sales. See, the manufacturer cannot go door to deliver his product. It is not possible for him. So, the manufacturers and wholesalers are freed from the trouble of making individual sales. So, that is done by the retailer. They are freed from the trouble of making individual sales to consumers in small quantities. They are producing in large quantities. Wholesalers also purchase in bulk. So, they need not go door to deliver, or they cannot sell in small quantities also. So, since this work is done by the retailers, they are freed from the trouble of making individual sales to the consumers. And the retailers provide a great service by collecting marketing information. How do they get market information? They meet the customers in person on regular basis. So, retailers serve as an important source of collecting market information about the taste, preferences and attitudes of the customer. Every day the fashion changes, every day the taste and preferences changes. So, every day a new product is introduced in the market, and what is the competitive condition in the market, everything is passed on, all these information is passed on by the retailer to the manufacturers and the wholesaler. So, accordingly they can change the method of production, or they can add some features to the product. So, all those things can be done from the information given by the retailers to the wholesalers and to the manufacturers. Then they help in promotion. So, the retailers provide various trade promotional schemes to the wholesalers and retailers also. And what are the services to the consumers? How the retailers are helping the consumers? They provide the quantities which are required by the consumers in their shops. That is, they are making the products available in their shop, so that the consumer can go to the shop at any time, and they open their shops also for long hours. Another thing, they set up their shops in the residential locality, so that the people can conveniently go and purchase the product. So, they help in regular availability of products, and new product information is also provided to the customer. That is, they display the products in their shops, so that the customer comes to know that the product is available in the market, a new product has been introduced. All these information are known to the customer by the retailer. So, new product information is provided by the retailers. So, they provide information about the arrival of special features etc. of new products to the consumers. Convenience in buying. Since the shops are very near to the customers' houses, they can easily reach the retailer's shop and whatever product they want and in whatever quantity, even in small quantities also, the customers are able to get it from the retailers. And wide selection, that is when a retail shop is there means you will have wide variety of products. If you take an example of bathing soap, you will have a wide variety of soaps. Detergent powder means you could have a lot of variety. So, variety can be provided by the retailers and you will have a wide choice out of a wide selection of goods. Then after sale services are also provided by the retailers. That is after sale service in the form of home delivery, supply of spare parts and attending to customers after the sales has been done is also provided by the retailers, and they provide credit facilities to the regular customers. If the customers are well known and they are regular to their shop means the retailers provide credit facilities to the known customers so that they can increase the level of consumption. So, we have come to the end of the session, children. So far we have learned about what is internal trade, what is whole trade, what is retail trade, what is wholesale trade, and what are all the benefits of wholesale trade and retail trade. And we will meet in the next session, children. Thank you. To receive our online lessons, press the subscribe button and you will be getting the latest updates. Thank you.